Before I start my video, I wanted to show you that yes, I do can a lot. There is actually vacuum sealed bananas up at the top. Lots of canned potatoes, applesauce, sweet potatoes, tomatoes. Down here more applesauce, apple jelly. Down here in the boxes is more potatoes. And I have dog food, lots of dog food. I wanted to let you hear the sounds, normal sounds of a pressure cooker when you're canning. This is normal. You're going to hear the bubbling of the boiling water. You're going to hear hissing. Steam might come up, I don't know if you can see that. Steam might come up from your weight. And this is all normal. I know most people skip over this part so they can show you their canned goods. So I just wanted to show you. If your pressure gets too high, if it gets to 15 or above, at least in northern climates, I'm in Maine. You'd have to check your area. I'm not sure if it does it anywhere else. But in Maine, if it gets to be about 15 pounds on this gauge, it'll start making this noise. It'll start jiggling and it'll make that steam escape noise. That means you should probably turn your pressure cooker down a little bit. Another thing I wanted to mention about pressure canning is depending on the barometric pressure, depending on the humidity. I'm not sure about temperature, but those weather conditions change the way your pressure cooker will function. Some days I can turn this, I have it on high until it reaches pressure and then I turn it down. Usually I turn it down to 5 or medium. Some days, because of the pressure, the barometric pressure or whatever, I can turn it down to 2. Other days I have to turn it up to 6 to keep the pressure. So it takes time and practice, and once you figure it out, it'll be easy. So yeah, those are just a few tips to help you pressure can. It's not difficult. Once you do it 3 or 4 times, you'll be comfortable with it. And always make sure to clean your gasket, check it, make sure it's in good condition. Make sure you can see light through the little hole where the weight goes. And you should be fine. And watch your pressure. Never walk off on a pressure canner unless you set a timer. I usually set a timer for, before I put the weight on, I'll set the timer for 10 minutes. 10-minute intervals, and I'll come back every 10 minutes to check. When it's reaching pressure, I don't leave the kitchen. I putter around and do things around here while it's reaching pressure. Once it hits pressure and I turn the heat down, then I'll set the timer for 10 minutes again and go do other things. And keep setting that timer for 10 minutes to come back and check the pressure. Even if you think, oh, it'll be good, I'll turn it down to medium or whatever, you don't know what the pressure is going to do. Because barometric pressure and humidity and things like that make a big difference in how your pressure is going to act, how your pressure canner is going to act. So just a few tips, hope that helps. And if you're wondering what I put in my canned dog food, which is what I'm making now, I cook ground beef in the oven and then let it cool, break it apart, put it in jars. I add chopped raw potatoes, and then I'll add kale or green beans or dandelion leaves, something to give him some greens. And that's it. And for chicken, I do raw pack with boneless chicken thighs. I don't use chicken breast because there's no skin or fat on it, and I want him to have those things. And I usually add a shake of real salt, which it has minerals in it, and in the summer I'll give him a little bit of garlic powder as well. Before I leave you, I wanted to show you the little shake. It got to 15 pounds, and that is normal. That just means you've reached 15 pounds of pressure. If that's what your recipe calls for, great. If not, turn your heat down and follow your manufacturer directions.